Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I say that all the time. I feel like I need like an intro or something. I don't know. And yeah, you read the title right. This is another skincare routine, but I have a reason. First of all, I'm going to show you guys my morning skincare routine, which I haven't done yet, which is very, very different to my evening skincare routine, which I have showed you guys before, but it was based on a 10-step Korean routine. So what I've done is kind of condensed it for you guys. So if you'd like, you can either click on my morning skincare routine or skip straight to the evening skincare routine. It's up to you. You have your choice. Click here, somewhere-ish. But you've got to remember, all the skincare I showed you before does work. I may have changed and swapped around products, but that's because I'm constantly experimenting with skincare. Like I say, it's a hobby of mine. An odd one, but I enjoy it. And you know, I like to show you guys different stuff, different things you can experiment with as well. And also, the majority of my products here are gonna be Korean. You do not have to get the same products as me. This kind of show you what type of product I use, if that makes sense, and show you the steps and in what order. And I'll kind of tell you what ingredients it is that makes me like it, rather than telling you what brand you should go out and buy, because this isn't about the brand, it's more about the steps and the ingredients I'm putting on my skin. The products are going to be from stylekorean.com, that's where I get all my Korean skincare. You guys were telling me that the shipping's like a little bit up there, a little bit more expensive compared to other sites, but I find that the products are actually cheaper on that site than other sites. So it kind of like evens each other out. So before I get into it, obviously this skincare routine is what works for me. You guys have to kind of experiment like I have and try out different products. Also, if you're worried about chemicals, this isn't sponsored, but a lot of people are like, oh, chemicals, when they look at the skincare that I use. If you're worried about that, I have an app called Chemical Maze. I'm not amazingly worried about it, to be honest, but there's an app called Chemical Maze. You can type in the ingredients, look up the ingredients, and you'll see exactly what they are. You'll be surprised how many fancy chemical names are actually just the professional scientific names for natural ingredients. And like I always say, guys, unless you're a raw vegan, unless you're really putting no chemical processed stuff in your body, don't worry about what you're putting on your skin as far as chemicals go, because a lot of these chemicals, chemical preservatives, anything like that, most of them are actually better for our skin than natural stuff. So yeah, if you haven't skipped right to the skincare bit already, let's just get straight into it with the morning routine. Now guys, I mainly have oily skin, so everything I'm going to talk about is kind of based on good ingredients for my oily skin. And yes, this is what I do every single day without fail, unless I mention otherwise. So every morning, without fail, I will cleanse. What I'm loving at the moment is this Nature Republic Collagen Dream. It's basically a vitamin C cleanser. The reason I like this is mainly because as I have oily skin, this kind of helps add that little bit of moisture into your skin, and obviously the collagen and the vitamin C is helping to plump my skin, kind of make it just look a bit more refreshed. I find that when I use anything with vitamin C in, it kind of gives my skin a healthier kind of glow, and not this oily shine that you're seeing here. A nice, healthy, natural glow. And I've been really busy recently, so this is kind of making me look a bit more awake, a little bit more, you know, alive, and I put that all down to the collagen and the vitamin C, just making my skin look younger and healthier. And by the way, I keep my boxes for all my skincare. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I like to, you know, stack them and kind of have them on display and make them look nice. Next up, we have a toner. This is one by Etude House, which is one of my favorite Korean brands. So you need a toner primarily to get rid of any excess sebum the cleanser hasn't stripped off, and remove any excess cleanser as well. I feel like it's just nice to kind of have that bit of moisture on your skin. After facial cleansers can leave your skin feeling a little bit tight. They shouldn't over dry your skin, but you do always have that kind of like little kind of like tightish feeling in your face. What I love about this one is it's a 10-in-1, meaning it does 10 different things. The main thing it does is remove dead skin cells, balances out your pH balance as well, and this really helps with the blackheads in your nose. Guys, I am not a morning person. I hate mornings. I'm tired until about 12 o'clock or until I've spoken to a certain amount of people, if that makes sense, to kind of wake myself up. So one thing I've been loving, which if you follow me on Snapchat, you've been seeing all the time, is these black pearl and gold hydrogel eye patches. These are really good at kind of temporary, kind of like stretching that skin under your eyes, making you look more awake, less puffy, and also brightening under the eyes. Just a small amount, a noticeable amount. So yeah, I'll leave this on for about 15 minutes. I'll catch up on any YouTube videos that people have posted, reply to messages, all that kind of stuff. Then I just peel them off and dab away the essence that's left on the skin, which is kind of what is making our skin feel tighter and more awake. Next up, we are going to use a serum, and I've showed you this before. This is the green tea seed serum from Innisfree, and green tea is so good for oily skin. So obviously, if you can't get this brand, look out for a green tea serum. Even green tea and toners are really good as well. Serums are pretty much a vitamin tablet for your face, as I always say. They kind of give your skin that extra nourishment. It puts that nourishment back into your skin. And these are really light as well. I don't know if you can see, but it's kind of really water-based. So it's really light on your skin. So throughout the day, on my oily skin, it's not gonna kind of like sit on top and make my skin feel heavy and oily. This sinks right in. So all I do is put a few squirts of this on my hand and very gently tap it in, kind of press it in, using the heat from my hands to really get that deep into my skin. And you will notice a difference with this. My skin looks a lot healthier within about 4 days of using this, like morning and night. You'll see that I use this at night as well. Now during the day, whether it's summer or winter, no matter what the weather is, I like to use a very light moisturizer, and this comes in the form of an emulsion. Emulsions are like moisturizers. They do the same thing, but they're very light, more water-based, so they sink right into the skin without compromising any moisture. And of course mine is aloe vera. I talk about it in every single video, but if you have oily skin like me, if you have acne prone skin, very red skin, or even just kind of damaged skin, aloe vera is like a miracle worker. It's great, and you should invest in more aloe vera products in general. This is perfect for all skin types, and I apply this just like a moisturizer, few pumps in my fingers, then start rubbing that and gently massaging it into my skin, and you'll find that this sits perfectly on your skin throughout the day. It's not heavy, it's not shiny, it's not oily, and because it is that kind of watery based texture, it sinks into your skin without compromising the amount of moisture you're gonna get, which I've already said that, I think. And one of the most important steps next is our SPF, and this comes in the shape from a non-Korean brand, which is a surprise. This is Kiehl's Ultralight Daily UV Defense. I'm not gonna treat you guys like idiots. You all know why we have to use SPF. But when you have oily skin like me, it's important to find one that's not gonna be shiny on the skin, kind of lead to spots and acne, which a lot of normal sun cream will, if you don't use one that's specifically designed for your face. What I like about this one is it's very light. Yes, it does go on a little bit white, but you have to leave it for about 20 minutes anyway before you step out in the sun, and you'll find that within that 20 minutes, it's kind of settled into your skin, and you don't get that weird white cast. So this should be the final step in any skincare routine. You just apply this like you would a moisturizer, gently rub this into your skin. Then I'll use good old Vaseline on my lips just to make sure they're not dry. A little bonus for you here, guys. Obviously, us with oily skin, we get oily throughout the day. We're like overproducing sebum all day, every day. And you will find if you're using mattifying or oil stripping products, you're gonna be producing a lot more oil, so don't use them. So one thing I love using is a gel mist. This one is Nature Republic aloe vera again. It's 92% soothing gel mist. And what I'll do when I feel like I'm getting a bit oily, instead of rubbing my skin with my hands or blotting it down, obviously rubbing your skin with your hands can just put dirt in your skin, I like to just mist this all over my face and then kind of like pat that in with clean hands, and you'll find that your skin looks a lot more refreshed. The oil has kind of disappeared. So yeah, I'll probably do this like every 2 to 3 hours, or just when I'm feeling incredibly oily. Of course, with that, you're gonna have to reapply your SPF every couple of hours, which you should be doing anyway. Okay, now we're gonna go into the evening routine. It gets a little bit more complicated here. Not complicated, but there's a few more steps, and a few things I do some days and a few things I don't do. So yeah, listen carefully to when I use them. In the evening, again, of course, we're gonna cleanse. You should be cleansing morning and night. And then we're gonna exfoliate. I exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week. It's really up in the air how many times you should exfoliate a week. There are dermatologists who say you shouldn't exfoliate at all, and ones who say you should exfoliate every single day of the week, which I don't really agree with. But it is really down to your personal preference, how you feel your skin's getting on. Volcanic pore scrub foam, I showed you this a video back, I think. But what I like about this is it's natural, first of all, it's not got those beads in, and it's really fine, almost sand-like texture. So for us with oily skin, that's really gonna give it a good polish, get rid of all those dead skin cells, get rid of all that sebum. It's gonna help us avoid getting blackheads as well. And you should be exfoliating after cleansing. The reason you wanna do this is because, I'm trying to think, imagine this. So you have a dirty face, imagine actual dirt on your face. You go to exfoliate first. What you're doing with that exfoliating and that dirt is you're just rubbing that dirt all around your face, pushing that dirt back into your skin. Exfoliators are not a cleanser. This is why I don't like 2-in-1 cleansers and exfoliators really. So what you need to do is cleanse away all that dirt and then exfoliate that dead skin that's left, which is then gonna really, really help clear out your pores. Sound like a right dick then, I sounded really angry. So yeah, then I'll go back in with my toner, which we use in the morning, and then this is another step that I like to do every single evening. If you guys watched my how to get rid of blackheads video, you would have seen this, but this is the BHA Power Liquid. I don't know where else you can get this other than this Korean website, I'm afraid. But guys, it's so worth the money. It is worth whatever you have to pay to get it shipped over. This has literally been melting away my blackheads. I've been using this for 3 weeks now. And look, there's still so much left. So I'll use this after my toner, and what I'll do is I'll just start gently massaging that in my T-zone where I get my blackheads. I have to use this in the evening because of the strong kind of like, not chemical, I don't want to say it's got chemicals in because you guys will go crazy. There's something in it that if you step out in the sun, it can really do some damage to your skin and lighten your skin, and not in the way that a lot of you guys want to. So yeah, I use this in the evening after toner. An extra step in the evening skincare routine is the essence. Essences are really good at they get rid of fine lines, they make your skin look a lot clearer, they even out your skin tone, which then makes your face look a lot lighter, a lot brighter, and a lot fairer as well. I find this is good for people with oily skin, especially myself, because when we get a spot, we get a lot of dark spots left over from those spots, a lot of dark marks, and this really, really helps even out that skin tone, get rid of those marks as well. After about 3 weeks, I saw a real difference. So all I'll do with this is put a little bit in my hand, between my two hands, gently rub that together, very, very lightly, and then pat that into my skin, again using the warmth of my hands for the ingredients to go right into my skin. Now onto a step that I do maybe, again, 3 to 4 times a week, and this is a mask. What I like to do is base the kind of mask I want to use based on how I'm feeling that day or how my skin looks. I use sheet masks a lot because they're great at just putting on and taking off without having to wash anything off your face. So yeah, you do this after the essence, and then you put more essence on your face with this. My favorite, of course, is the green tea by Nature Republic. You can find these everywhere in the UK and everywhere in America now. They sell these in Urban Outfitters, they sell them in the Body Shop, they sell sheet masks pretty much everywhere. So if you have oily skin, look out for sheet masks that have green tea, aloe vera, pearl, and even caviar as well. And of course, if you have oily skin, you could also use a clay mask. You can get them everywhere. I just use them in my T-zone and then wash those off once the clay mask has dried out completely. So yeah, that'd be 3 to 4 times a week. Sometimes I'll do a sheet mask every single night. You don't need to do that, that's excessive. Then we're gonna go back in with a serum. On nights that I don't use a sheet mask or a clay mask, I like to use a night pack. Where's the front of this? Here, I suppose. This is pretty much a face mask that you leave on overnight and then take off in the morning. I like to use this one in particular because it's got quite a few good things on it, in it. I forgot what it has in it. This is called the First Aid Anti-Hangover Soothing Mask by Belief. By hangover mask, they just mean it's going to make you look refreshed and your skin look nice and nourished in the morning, which it does. This has chamomile in it as well, which is really good at evening out your skin tone. I have very red patches in the crevices of my nose here, and also I get it on my cheeks sometimes as well, so this is great at just evening out that skin tone. The final step, if I'm having a bit of a bad skin week, if I'm having a bit of a breakout or acne, is these Acne Pimple Master patches. Again, this is by the same brand that do this blackhead stuff. These things are so good. They're little sticky round clear patches that you put on your spot. In the morning, the redness will gone, the inflammation will be gone. I've had spots that go overnight or go over 2 nights. So yeah, I'll just put these on the very last thing. In the morning, you'll see that they're a little bit swelled up, and you can see all the pus and the sebum all in the little patch. So yeah, they're really good. Again, a product that's worth the shipping and worth trying to do your research on the internet and find out where you can get these from. There is a lot there for an evening routine, but what I found in the long run is that when I was using less moisturizing products, when I wasn't using oils, when I was using oil stripping and mattifying products, my skin would overproduce oil, and this is kind of the case for anyone with oily skin. That's just how the skin's gonna work. So I found that packing in that moisture in the evening when I'm just going to bed and then not having to see anyone throughout the day really, really does help your skin control its natural oils. It produces produces far less oils throughout the day because it's not trying to make up for the oil that you've been stripping away. The more oils and moisture that you put into your skin at night, the less your skin thinks it has to produce through the day and in general, so you're gonna find that your skin is a lot less shinier, a lot less greasy looking throughout the day. It is a process, guys, but if you start now, you're gonna notice the difference sooner. As always, questions down below, please. If you have any questions, be sure to check out my other skincare videos as well. They might even answer some of your questions. But that is it from me now, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.